With tensions growing between the United States and North Korea, President Trump is not ruling out military action. But what would that major conflict, as the president referred to it, look like? Here to break it down, we've got former Green Beret commander and author of Warrior Diplomat, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Waltz. He's also a Fox News contributor. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Nice to have you. All right, we got North and South Korea. Right. What's stunning in the beginning as we look at this is how close Seoul is to the DMZ.
So you have 26 million people in Seoul, roughly double the size of Manhattan, within artillery range of North Korea, where typically the North Koreans have pushed down over 20 to 30,000 artillery pieces down along this DMZ
so it's
border.
Right around here.
That's right along there. And a number of them can hit. Can you imagine artillery flying into Manhattan and starting to impact a city the size of Seoul? So that's key to the military planning.
Because it's only 35 miles away.
That's right.
All right, so let's take a look. They've been waiting for this day for 50 years.
That's right.
And to our, in our column, the good thing is a lot of their equipment right here is 50 years old.
That's right. It's absolutely obsolete. So how this thing would roll out, I think, if the diplomatic option fails and the North Koreans continue to march towards an intercontinental ballistic missile that can strike the United States, or even a shorter range one that can strike Japan and South Korea, first you would see our stealth capability come in.
Okay.
B-2 bombers, F-22 fighters that are going to go after the North Korean regime.
Okay.
We're going to try to decapitate right here in Pyongyang.
Okay, so this depicts all of their assets.
That's right.
Meanwhile, these are our assets in South Korea.
So you're going to see that stealth capability penetrate their air defenses, which, again, they've been building up for 50 years, but they can't detect our stealth bombers. Try to take out the leader himself. Try to take out his key commanders. Take out that air defense capability and his nuclear capability. I'm confident we can do that. That will be followed by hundreds of cruise missiles between our submarines, the Carl Vinson, the destroyers, and then at the same time, cyber attacks, covert attacks, special operations attacks.
Okay, so that's what we would do.
That's what we would do.
What about China over here? What are they going to do?
Well, I think
the president would like some help from that.
That's right. Well, I think before the Chinese respond, then I'm worried about the day after. If we don't get all of their mobile missiles and we don't get the leader himself, you're going to see that artillery start deploying against all of our folks along the border here, which is the majority where our troops are located, over 30,000 U.S. troops, and then start firing on Seoul.
So it's got to be quick and it's got to be clean.
It's going to be quick. That's right. That's absolutely right. You could also see we have 40,000 troops down in Japan and the 7th Fleet. You could see missiles starting to hit down at our air bases and our naval bases there. At that point, we could take the regime down, or does a protracted war ensue? And that's where I think you're going to see the Chinese get involved. If we have a collapse of the North Korean state, then that's a real problem with 25 million starving North Koreans.
No kidding. Colonel, thank you very much for laying it all out. Making it easy to understand.